Kyrie Irving, the trade to the Lakers is going to happen eventually. We just don't know when, and it seems like Russell Westbrook is going to be in the trade. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to say, there's still a possibility that he could go on there, but, we've heard all this before where it's like, oh, it's a done deal, and then it never happens. So I'm not going to say it's going to happen yet, but will Kyrie go to the Lakers this offseason, in your opinion?
Man, I think that depends because, obviously from what Brian Windhorst says, and I'm essentially just repeating what he heard, is the market for Kyrie is very limited. Although the more time that he's with the Nets, it gives other teams more opportunities to think about if they're willing to part with some assets to acquire Kyrie. Now, I think reports are true that Kyrie has basically made it known that he would rather be on the Lakers than any other team, one way or the other. I can't imagine any team crazy enough to rent out Kyrie for one season for him just to leave to go to LA. But this isn't the first time that we've heard rumors of, I want to go to LA no matter what. I mean, I can remember Kawhi Leonard stating and Paul George wanting to go to the Lakers. They end up going to different teams. And we're like, oh, we'll just wait. We'll get them for free. And where did they go? They went to the Clippers.
This is why I have trust issues.
Yes, exactly. So not saying that Kyrie is going to choose the Clippers because, again, Clippers have a monument of talent already with signing John Wall and having Reggie Jackson, I think, still on the team. So it's not like they're going to really need Kyrie. I think Kyrie's interested in playing with LeBron again, and I think the same for LeBron. But, I don't want to say as a Laker fan it's a done deal because there's been too many trades that we've said, oh, it's in the bag. We've got it. They want to come to the Lakers, and then they don't come to the Lakers. I think the only player in the most recent memory that has reported wanting to come to the Lakers, we traded and made it happen, was with Anthony Davis. And unfortunately, we are actually still paying for Anthony Davis. We had no future draft picks to really use as ammunition to trade. We did get 80. It came with a championship, but in that same token, though, he's missed several games. So, it's also to a detriment. And to that detriment, whatever little assets that we had to trade for AD, we also used to trade a Russell Westbrook. And now we're in the situation we are in now. So, I hope it comes through this offseason. I want to say, yes, it will happen. But, as been a Laker fan my entire life, I've seen too many times reports of Lakers like, oh, this player desires to go to the Lakers. Lakers don't be as aggressive because they think they have it in the bag. And then the player goes somewhere else because it gave other teams an opportunity to sell them on the opportunity to play with them. And again, my example of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard is exactly what I'm talking about. So I really do hope the Lakers do take some urgency and make it happen sooner rather than later.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing my Lakers jersey. It's the LeBron James jersey. Okay, so, I'm holding it up because I'm proud to be a Lakers fan today because I know what's going to happen, Cody. And you can call this clout, you can call this hot take, whatever you want to call it. But I think the Brian Windhorst thing. There was a story earlier that said KD and Kyrie are not done playing with each other. They just don't want it to be in Brooklyn. They're coming to the Lakers, Cody. I've been on this for a long time. I don't know why you don't just embrace it. Maybe it's because of the Kawhi and Paul George deal. But I got to tell you this, Cody. We're trading away Anthony Davis. We're trading away Russell Westbrook. We're getting rid of THT. We're getting rid of our top draft pick, whatever, in 2027 or something. I don't know when it is. I don't care. We're getting rid of all of it because we're going to get KD and we're going to get Kyrie. If you put KD, Kyrie, and LeBron on a team, that's all you need. You don't need a bench. You don't need two other starters. Nah, you can miss me with that. We're going to put those three guys out there and we're going to beat the living daylights out of every other team. I really do believe this. I know I'm going like way overboard, but I'm serious. I really think that the story that Brian Windhorst said that Kyrie and Russell Westbrook, it's a done deal. We just don't know all the ins and outs. There was a story before this Kyrie story that came out that said KD, there's not a lot of people trying to go after KD. And the reason being is you have your Celtics. They don't want to get rid of Jason Tatum. You're going to give the Nets Jaylen Brown. Yes, he's a good player, but is he KD caliber? Now, you could add a couple of draft picks, but the Nets kind of want a star player in return.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. You talk about the Warriors. I don't think they're going to touch KD again. Who are they going to give up that they can give up right now? They can't. There's a lot of teams that have these superstar players that they don't want to give up. If you're the Timberwolves, are you really going to be okay getting rid of Anthony Edwards for Kevin Durant? I don't think so, because to be honest, Anthony Edwards looks like a fantastic player. I'm not saying he's at the level of KD, but he at least is going to be a Timberwolf for a while versus a KD who could be only a year or two. So there's not a lot of teams that want to trade away their best player who is young and who's going to be there for a while, like a Zion Williamson. You're not going to trade Zion now. You just signed him to a huge contract. You're not going to take KD over Zion right now, because we've seen what Zion can do when he is playing. He's spectacular. So, and then you add KD instead of Zion, you're kind of destroying the chemistry of that team. The Lakers, they have no chemistry because the chemistry is sitting on the bench, always hurt with Anthony Davis and LeBron James lately. So now you add KD, you add Kyrie. Kyrie doesn't even have to play half the time. LeBron doesn't even have to play half the time. KD doesn't have to play half the time. All they have to do is come together. They're going to work together because, first of all, LeBron and Kyrie, they've played together. They know how each other works. Now Kyrie can be the middleman between the two, where he can say, hey, KD, this is what LeBron likes to do. And KD knows already, as I've said multiple times, LeBron's passive now. I mean, he's always been passive, but he's going to be extra passive. He's going to want to give the reins to KD, and that's what KD wants. He wants the reins of the team. And with Brooklyn, it was kind of like, maybe they should kind of let Kyrie do things. Now, you don't even have to – that's not even in the question. You don't even have a question of, is Kyrie going to have the – no, he's not going to have the ball. He's going to have the ball a few times, but he's going to be like, okay, obviously LeBron and then KD, and then I'm going to have it. So I'll start doing the spot up shooting a lot. And he's more than capable of doing that. So I'm being honest here. I really do think you're going to see KD, Laker, Kyrie, Laker. I think you're seeing it.